Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit. Today I just kind of want to talk about, my last video was about Lil Wayne. I want to talk to you guys about 50 Cent versus Lil Wayne. Two of my favorite rappers when I was first growing up. 50 Cent's The Massacre was one of the first albums I bought. I think it was the first album I bought. I was in middle school. Somehow I bought the explicit version. Hey, that was my introduction into rap music. And as I said in my last video, Lil Wayne also was right there. I was listening to the Carter, stuff like that when it first came out. So them really were my first two rappers that I really listened to. I mean, of course, I listened to Nelly back in the day with Nellyville. I was too young to really, you know, appreciate what it was. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I was just a rapper. It wasn't really my introduction into it. Like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne really were to me. So let's start it off. I mean, the big thing, 50 Cent versus Lil Wayne, did it really happen or did it not happen? I mean, there's some evidence. Of course, I did a little bit of research before I started this video. It did happen a little bit. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too bad. There's just slight shots here and there. Lil Wayne never really said 50 Cent's name. And 50 Cent never really tried to go at Lil Wayne. And if you guys follow 50 Cent and you know about his other beefs, like with The Game or Young Buck or Rick Ross or anybody that he's ever, really gone to war with, he goes to war like hardcore war. Like he tries to destroy careers and expose people for what they really are. And he never really did that with Lil Wayne, and I always wondered why. I always wanted to know, what was really the reason. And you can't really find out why. I mean, maybe they just have mutual respect for each other because they both kind of came up the same way. I mean, Lil Wayne's been doing this since he was like 13, so maybe, I don't know. I have no idea, but it was really interesting to me when I was looking it up. I mean, it's just how 50 Cent, he has this reputation of whenever he gets into beefs, he gets into them. He gets really lyrical with them. He gets threatening with them. I mean, hey, look at Ja Rule. I mean, 50 Cent versus Ja Rule. There's a video by this guy I watched called Diverse Mentality. 50 Cent versus Ja Rule. Two episode series. It's about as long as a movie, about 2.5 to 3 hours. It's just going down, what happened and why it happened. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and that's just one person. I mean, so you figure for Lil Wayne, it'd be bigger, it'd be maybe even better than the one with Ja Rule. Who knows? But it never happened. So I don't know why it didn't happen. But hey, let's move on to my next point. It's kind of just for me personally. Comparing the 50 Cent's Massacre album to the Carter 3. Those were kind of my albums that I had, like my signature albums for both 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, because I didn't really listen to that much of 50 Cent after the Massacre. Or before, really. I mean, the Massacre was the first 50 Cent album I knew of. I didn't even know Get Rich or Die Trying was out before then. And the Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. They're both very good albums. And I mean, you guys let me know, which one do you think is better? Which one do you think has the more hits, has more playability, more radio playability? Because the radio would actually play these songs on the radio back in the day. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, 50 Cent's The Massacre versus Lil Wayne's The Carter. I mean, on the Carter, you've got Money, you've got A Millie, you've got Mrs. Officer, you've got Comfortable, you've got Lollipop, the biggest freaking, song of like the most downloaded song. And on the Massacre, you had Candy Shop, Just a Little Bit, PIMP remix, Hate It or Love It G Unit remix, which is one of my favorite songs still to this day, and it's like a 15-year-old song. But I mean, what do you guys think? That's my question. I want to throw that out to you guys. Another thing about 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, even if they don't have a beef now, why haven't they done a record together? I mean, 50 Cent featuring Lil Wayne or Lil Wayne featuring 50 Cent, that would probably make a hit, even nowadays. I know they're kind of both on the decline. They haven't really made quality stuff in a while. But hey, neither of them really have to. They're both millionaires, trillionaires. 50 Cent got TV shows. Lil Wayne's got his proteges that he's, just making money off of. Sorry about that. I mean, hey, give us just a sneak peek. Be in the same spot one time. Maybe try to sing together. I don't know. My next thing guess just already burned through those mostly. Another thing I kind of wanted to, they're kind of on similar paths. They kind of did similar stuff. 50 Cent brought up G Unit, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, Young Buck, The Game. A lot of people don't know 50 Cent brought up The Game. Yeah, that happened. Look that up, do a little bit of homework. Another thing, Lil Wayne brought up Young Money. Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga. And yeah, you compare those two, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards 50 Cent. They have more lyrical ability, but Lil Wayne has more radio playability, so bang, sales are pretty equal, I bet, I imagine. And the one person, of course, that they both have in common nowadays is Eminem. Of course, as you guys know, if you guys don't know, Eminem, found 50 Cent. He listened to one of his mixtapes and he was like, wow, he's like, I want to sign this guy. And, the rest is history, more or less. And I don't want to say recently because it was like 10 years ago now, 11 years ago. Lil Wayne and Eminem did a couple songs together that dropped the world and they did No Love. They traded features on each other's albums. So, can you imagine an Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent song? Hell, that could be a great song, especially now that Eminem's doing his little fast thing. Hell, Eminem, Tech Nine, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent. Who knows? Why not? As far as I know, nobody has any beef with Tech Nine. Hopefully 50 Cent doesn't. I don't know if he does. I doubt it. But hey, what do you guys think? That's my video for today. Let me know what you guys think. Who's bigger, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne? Who had the bigger impact on music, on rap music, I should say. But you guys, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. All right, later, guys.